following is area forecast discussion. North Platte, Nebraska, 5:09 p.m. Central Standard Time, Sunday, February 12, 2023. A synopsis issued 3:27 p.m. Chance to likely precipitation chances are in place along and east of Highway 83 Tuesday for rain, potentially mixing with or changing to wet snow with the passage of a cold front. The North American Mesoscale and the North American the NAM NEST models are now suggesting a narrow north to south strip of 3 inches accumulation using the Kuchira method. The latest snow forecast Wednesday, as suggested by the Weather Prediction Center, is for 1 to 4 inches across southwest Nebraska, along and south of Interstate 80, and an inch or less north of the interstate. Short term this evening through Monday night, issued 3:27 p.m. The cirrus overhead this afternoon should move out early this evening with clear skies overnight. The models show light west winds and warm, dry air building east into western and north central Nebraska. P-Watch should fall to less than 0.2 of an inch by morning, setting the stage for modest radiational cooling. Temperatures aloft at 850 MB, warm a few degrees. The guidance blend is in place for lows in the teens and 20s. Generally, clear skies are predicted Monday with warm air advection continuing. Surface low pressure will move through southern Canada, producing southwest winds. The short-term model blend suggests highs in the 40s to low 50s. A strong warm air advection develops Monday night with 850 to 800 MB winds increasing to 30 to 50 knots. Isolated showers are possible across southern Nebraska by morning, as suggested by the RAP, NAM, and GFS models. The short-term model blend was the basis for lows in the upper 20s to mid-30s. Long-term, Tuesday through Sunday, issued 3:27 p.m. Central Standard Time, Sunday, February 12th. An upper-level low just off the coast of southern California will move east and then northeast, moving through central Nebraska during the day Tuesday. Chances are in place along and east of Highway 83 for rain, potentially mixing with or changing to wet snow with passage of a cold front. The NAM, RAP, and GFS have slowed the system and tracked the upper low farther west. If this verifies, moisture will wrap around the H700 MB low, encounter the cold air, and change to wet but measurable snow across north-central Nebraska. The NAM and NAM NEST models are now suggesting a narrow north-to-south strip of 3 inches accumulation using the Kuchera method. Later forecasts will fine-tune this feature. This is a new development in the models. The latest model data on the storm expected to affect the Central Plains Wednesday is as follows. The best support for snow, the H700 MB low, will track through the southern Rockies and emerge on the plains of southern Colorado and western Kansas Wednesday. The storm will then move northeast into the eastern Nebraska, western Iowa Wednesday morning. The models show the system taking on a positive tilt as it merges onto the plains, and this will cause a strong push of cold, dry air down the high plains. There are differences in the timing and arrival of the dry air important because it will disrupt the cedar feeder process for snow growth. The weather GFS and icosahedral models are slower with the arrival of the dry air than the ECM and the GEM models, which produce less QPF. The models have shifted the surface focus for the storm south into North Texas and Oklahoma. The models show a band of heavy snow developing across western Texas and southern Nebraska, northwest of this focus Wednesday. When this occurs, the snow will diminish across western and north central Nebraska. Therefore, the snow across western and north central Nebraska develops prior to the formation of the heavy snow predicted by the models elsewhere. A very interesting situation. The latest forecast, as suggested by the Weather Prediction Center, is for 1 to 4 inches across southwest Nebraska, along and south of Interstate 80, and an inch or less north of the interstate. This forecast is based on a blend of the European computer model and the GEFS ensembles and lofty snow-to-water ratios of 16 to 18 to 1. Later forecasts may warrant a winter weather advisory across parts of southwest and south central Nebraska. A check on wind speeds Wednesday indicate 500 MAGL winds, mostly around 20 knots, suggesting service winds of 20 to 30 miles per hour from the north. HA 150 MB winds in the GFS and the North American Mesoscale are 25 to 30 knots. The MBM temperatures Wednesday have dropped to teens to mid-20s, and temperatures aloft fall to around 15 below 0 Celsius, 850 MB, and 20 below Celsius at H700 MB.